You were asked about an investigation for failing to protect Jewish students, and you said that's just weaponizing anti-Semitism. It makes students less safe.
It is when the
I think that's
Department of
crazy.
Justice has a list of places they want to go to. The Senator Markey's question.
Oh, I heard Senator Markey's questions. I heard his whole speech. I thought it was insane. I just want to say for the record, I thought it was totally insane. And I think your positions are similarly insane. I think the idea that we would bend over backwards to hug and kiss and make nice to a pro-Hamas rioter, because that's what Khalil is, and that we would say, heavens, we can't remove him, and that makes Jewish students less safe on our campuses? That's nuts.
Senator,
that's nuts.
To wrap up.
In a heated Senate showdown, Senator Josh Hawley confronted a Democratic witness who openly defended a pro-Hamas agitator accused of inciting terror on American soil. The witness? Mr. Kenneth Stern, a man who shockingly claimed that deporting a known Hamas sympathizer makes Jewish students less safe. What followed was one of the most powerful takedowns in recent Senate history. Hawley didn't just challenge the narrative, he obliterated it. Just days before the hearing, Mr. Stern gave an interview suggesting that removing Mahmoud Khalil, an accused Hamas rioter, was McCarthyism, and even harmful to Jewish students. Who is Mahmoud Khalil? An individual accused of espousing terrorist propaganda, lying on his green card application, sued for physically assaulting Jewish students. And yet, Stern insisted this was all about speech and academic freedom. Let's dive in.
Mr. Stern, if I could just start with you. I see that 5 or 6 days ago you gave an interview in which you said that the removal of Mahmoud Khalil, the pro-Hamas foreign rioter, is a form of McCarthyism and makes Jewish students less safe. Now, this is an individual who has been accused of endorsing and espousing terrorist activity, who's been accused of lying on his application to a green card in the United States, who's currently being sued for terrorizing and assaulting Jewish students. Do you stand by your view that trying to remove him is a form of McCarthyism?
Absolutely, Senator.
Why in the world would that be the case?
Let me answer. He hasn't been charged with the crime. The clear predicate for this, White House said, was handing out pro-Hamas propaganda. When you start talking about people's views and what they're talking about in the public square as a basis for discrimination, and then the effect on Jewish students, it's not just the fact that Jews may be seen as, well, we're pushing this and that's going to happen. The way that this is going to harm Jewish students is it harms the academy.
Wait a minute. My time is limited. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but just wait a minute. I've got to correct numerous inaccuracies there. Number one, as you very well know, United States law says that a non-citizen is inadmissible for entry into this country if they, and I quote, endorse or espouse terrorist activity or persuade others to do the same. That same law provides you can be removed for the same reasons. That is what Mr. Khalil has been accused of. He has further been accused of by the United States government lying on his visa application. That on its own would be sufficient to remove him from this country. He is being sued, as you and I sit here in New York court, by the victims of October 7th for terrorizing and assaulting Jewish students, unlawfully taking over and damaging public university property, and physically assaulting Columbia University employees. And you're telling me that it's McCarthyism to remove this individual?
Senator, the deportation was started before that lawsuit, before that second question about what he was saying on his forms.
No, this is what the government has alleged in open court, Mr. Stern. This is the basis for their removal proceedings. And our law makes clear if you endorse or espouse terrorist activity, you can be removed from this country. He has done so. He's been accused of doing so from the beginning. He's been accused of lying to get into the country. I'm amazed that you're saying that this is McCarthyism.
Senator, you weren't here when I quoted part of what Justice Brandeis was talking about the back at a case where there's somebody that was convicted for supporting the Communist Party because they were talking about violence as a political solution. And Brandeis cautioned us that this type of robust speech, as long...
This isn't speech. Lying on a visa application is not speech. Seeking to assault Columbia University employees and Jewish students is not speech. You are defending an individual who has espoused the destruction of this country, the destruction of the state of Israel, the destruction of Jews, and has taken actions in furtherance of the same. You've also said that investigating the 60 colleges and universities that are currently under investigation by the Trump administration for anti-Semitism is a form of weaponizing anti-Semitism for political benefit. You're opposed to investigating these institutions for anti-Semitism?
Senator, I've been very clear that OCR has a very important role, that there are complaints that should go through the process. When you start using the Department of Justice and threatening universities' funding.
You are opposed, I just want to get this on the record, you are opposed to investigating Columbia University and others for anti-Semitism?
No.
That's what you said 6 days ago.
I am not opposed to doing it the right way.
What does that mean, doing it the right way?
Not to claw back funds, not to say we're holding you ransom. We're getting your faculty, Jewish...
You were asked about an investigation for failing to protect Jewish students, and you said that's just weaponizing anti-Semitism. It makes students less safe.
It is when the
I think that's
Department of
crazy.
Justice has a list of places they want to go to. The Senator Markey's question...
Oh, I heard Senator Markey's questions. I heard his whole speech. I thought it was insane. I just want to say for the record, I thought it was totally insane. And I think your positions are similarly insane. I think the idea that we would bend over backwards to hug and kiss and make nice to a pro-Hamas rioter, because that's what Khalil is, and that we would say, heavens, we can't remove him, and that makes Jewish students less safe on our campuses? That's nuts.
Senator,
that's nuts.
To Rabbi Saberstein's point, if you look at American history, the times where Jews were most vulnerable was during the Palmer raids in World War I, when there was political...
Jews are vulnerable now on our campuses because of people like Khalil, and I want to say for the record, I'm glad he's gone, and I hope he never comes back.
Senator Josh Hawley didn't just challenge a dangerous narrative, he dismantled it with unwavering clarity and force. In a political climate where defending extremist rhetoric has become disturbingly common, Hawley drew a bold, unapologetic line. He made it clear that the United States cannot and will not be a safe haven for those who promote violence, support terrorist organizations, or incite hatred against vulnerable communities, especially Jewish students already under siege on college campuses. Mr. Stern's defense of a man accused of supporting Hamas propaganda, lying on his visa application and assaulting Jewish students is more than just tone-deaf, it's a moral failure. But where others offered excuses, Senator Hawley offered facts. Where others bent over backward to protect the image of a radical agitator, Hawley stood firm for law, justice, and the safety of American citizens. He reminded the nation that free speech is not a shield for violent intent, that lying on government documents, promoting terror, and attacking innocent people is not robust debate, it's criminal behavior. And when institutions like Columbia University fail to protect their Jewish students, investigations aren't political weapons. They're overdue accountability. Hawley didn't flinch. He didn't mince words. He put the facts on the table and exposed the ideological blind spots of those more concerned with protecting radicals than standing up for victims. In an era where too many leaders cave to pressure or hide behind legal gray areas, Josh Hawley proved what real leadership looks like. He showed courage. He demanded truth. And above all, he made it clear that the safety of American students, especially Jewish students, is not negotiable. That's not McCarthyism, that's patriotism, that's justice. And that's exactly the kind of leadership America needs right now.